Oh dear, I did a movie about that.
I think I know.
Hi, I'm Sigourney Weaver, and I'm here with Zoe Saldaña to guess your movie with Letterboxd.
So, supernatural horror, right? One of the best Star Trek movies and by far the funniest. And he gave it 4.5 stars.
Am I supposed to guess?
Yeah.
Oh, Galaxy Quest?
Yes.
I knew it too.
The Star Trek reference threw me for a second, but it's absolutely right on.
It makes no logical sense. Why is it here?
Because it's on the television show.
Forget it! I'm not doing it! This episode was badly written!
Ironically, they didn't want to meet with anyone who'd ever done science fiction for this movie originally. And I said to my agent, we're the guys who can really make fun of it, But it is a love letter to actors, to all actors, and the risks we take. And it was the most amazing cast. Gwen is like the real me without the breasts, unfortunately. But if I were really in space, I'd be much more like Gwen, rather than Ripley, who's very cool and it's sort of subterranean, keeps it all inside. Whereas, Gwen can't help herself. She wants everyone to notice her as well as liking her acting. And I was so touched by the portrait of Gwen in the script, because she's in Hollywood and she is someone who maybe hasn't made it the way the famous stars have made it, and so she's clinging to this, and also hasn't had much luck with the commander. We were supposed to do a sequel, and maybe I would have gotten lucky with the commander. Although I was supposed to be engaged to him, But we ended up not doing that because Alan Rickman had left us.
Yes. And Zoe is starring in some Star Trek films.
Yes.
Do you have a particular refreshed love for Galaxy Quest?
I think I saw Galaxy Quest before I did any of the Star Trek movies, and I loved it. And it's not a coincidence that I ended up sort of following a path, or forcing my path to go in that direction.
Genuinely one of the greatest coming-of-age films of all time.
Huh. Center Stage?
No. Would you like a hint?
Wait. Give me another one. Crossroads?
No.
Oh my God, Drumline?
Yes.
Growing up in New York, a first generation of immigrants, the South in the United States was a culture that really eluded me. And I booked this character, and it was about, the drumlines and these predominantly African-American universities. And I was so excited to learn about it. It was the first time I had soul food. It was the first time I had Chick-fil-A. I'm not joking, guys. It was also the first time that I was exposed to the college, culture of competition, competitive sort of sports, but through music, and it was very harmonious. I never went to college, and I never had any desire to, and to ever compete in sports, competitive sports, because I always felt like I just didn't have the heart for it, or maybe too much of a heart. But I remember learning and realizing that if you were gonna ever compete while studying in school, let it be through music, because the culture there was just very united, very connected, and it was through art and also through their heritage, and that was really beautiful.
I went to college in the South, so that was playing in the dorm all the time.
Oh, God, and it was the first time I started stepping, because I only went from ballet to jazz and modern dance, and I learned to step. And I remember seeing the girls dancing, and they were beautiful and so athletic, and they were encouraging. I'm like, I'm never gonna get that, because I'm dyslexic, I have ADHD, I can't even memorize a phone number. And within, I would say, 2 hours of rehearsing those steps, I was able to do it. And I remember also feeling very connected through my African heritage to the culture, the Black culture in the South. Like I said, I didn't know that much about it. I know Afro-Caribbean culture and Afro-Latino culture, but I learned a lot, and I've been connected to them ever since. Okay, Anna writes, and by the way, 4.5 stars. They got married because they were told that it was a good idea, and they showed up to the party because they knew that it was a bad idea.
Oh dear. I did a movie about that.
I think I know.
About marriage? I'm so tall that I rarely was cast as, you know, a wife. Wives are supposed to be small. Was it an independent film?
Ish.
Kinda.
Would you like a
Yes,
hint?
I'd like a hint.
Oh, a whip.
Oh my gosh! Yes, of course, that is a marriage movie. Ice Storm. Yes. That
Such a
was
great
my
movie.
first scene too. That whip scene, and I said to Ang, "What am I supposed to do with this?" And he said, "Whatever you want." I thought, okay. It's not packed with explosives, is it?
No.
Play with a whip. I loved Janie. She was so unhappy and was trying, without much effort, to be a decent mother. And somehow the whip made her feel more in control of her life. But it is funny that that was my first scene. I'm like, what am I doing? But it works very well. You can't tell, luckily. Now, I love that movie, and it was with all New York actors. We'd all kind of come up together, and to work with Ang Lee was such a joy. We did a big Happy New Year message to each other and went and ate red food and chocolate and stuff, and then yelled over the hill, "Big luck." And that was how we started the film. I know, it was super cool. When you get randomly assigned a group for a project and you'll somehow ace it.
Guardians?
Yes.
Anyone who's anyone knows who you are.
Yeah, we know who you are.
Who is she?
I'm Groot. Yeah, you said that.
I've always loved science fiction. Galaxy Quest, I found it to be incredibly funny. It was a compilation of my favorite actors starring my most favorite, which is Sigourney. So I loved it. And I remember watching it and thinking, I want to do a movie like that. I want to be funny, and I want to be in space, and I want to like cater to children, like a younger audience, you know, because I've always been keen on that. This is a literal feminist masterpiece, and I will hear no detractors.
Alien?
No, that was a trick. The hint is
tricky.
the hint is the USSR.
Oh my goodness. Heartbreakers. Kazakhstan's favorite movie of mine. I did enjoy making that movie so much, especially to play Olga, who had this fake Russian accent.
Oh my God, it was brilliant.
Oh, darling, what matter? Head back again.
And especially that moment.
You don't know how lucky you are, boy. Back in the USSR.
I used to do a lot of cabaret, and so I felt quite at home. And I had a great costume, which is all I really care about. I really wanted a hug, but this film was a pretty good substitute.
Avatar?
No, but similar director in cultural standing. The hint is Burger King.
The Terminal. Yes, yes. Oh, it's yeah.
Добрый день, officer. Doris, my friend say you are Stalin.
Snoworsky,
Stalin. What? Stalin. Like a horse.
stand behind the O line.
I feel a great sense of pride that I'm a part of something that is so special, that makes people feel connected to something simple but important and essential, which is just, human connection, the connection that we can provide for each other through compassion.
Cannot live like this, baby. In hate.
So like Steven Spielberg into James Cameron, revisiting characters, because you both have done numerous franchises. How is Avatar even more different and special to revisit, and then years later you see the results, and so maybe it's like watching it for the first time?
It is like watching it for the very first time. The world keeps growing. Pandora is such an abundant and rich world, and Jim's covering bits of it, one film at a time. And it's old and new to me, and I hope it always stays that way.
I feel so fortunate to be part of this. It kind of was an experiment, and then it became this magnificent reality. People wonder how we do it. It's all about the actors, and Jim really protects us and makes sure that we have absolutely everything we need, but basically what we need is each other. And you have the luxury of not worrying about lights or makeup or anything. You just go into the volume and you reach out to the other actors and you find out the answer to what you're looking for. And it's such a glorious process, like an early theater rehearsal, without emphasis on a specific result, which is something you do come across often in the business. We're free. He wants us to find out what we want to find out. He's not imposing anything. And he's right there with us. He's not in Video Village or anything. He's right there exploring with us. It's really the best job in the world, right?
It really is.
Yeah.
I was supposed to give a score, but to what you're saying there, I'm just going to say you're both winners.
Thank you.